everyone, it's Geeta.
It's Oscar.
And Eli.
And this is Guess with Geeta.
5, 4,
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Guess with Geeta. And okay, our guest today is Lucy Becker. And before we get into this interview, I just want to say that I won an award last night for most likely to have their own reality show, which I think is pretty cool. So we're gonna switch this into a. Okay, anyways, how are you, Lucy?
I'm good.
That's great. We're here to talk about you committing. But before we get into that, I want to know your history of running and track in general. How'd you get into it?
Well, I started track my freshman year, but we didn't really have a season because of COVID. But I didn't really run anyways. I was just there socially. And then my sophomore year, I also was just convinced that I was a sprinter, but I also didn't practice. I just was there. And then after our sophomore season, our distance coach, Murdoch, she was just like, Lucy, you need to do cross country, you need to do distance, you'd be so good at it. And then, so it just kind of pushed me, and then I was like, well, I'm going to graduate in 2 years, so might as well just try it. And then I tried cross country and it ended up being I'd say I'm pretty mid,
good.
I'm okay.
No, I'd say you're pretty good.
And I just enjoyed it socially, but also I like to run, I guess, it's okay. Yeah. And then after that, going into track season, I was like, I'll start doing the 800 and doing the 1500, and I ended up enjoying it a lot more than sprinting.
So are those your two main?
Yeah, I also do
events?
the 4x4 with our team, but the 800 and the 15 are my main individual events.
That's interesting. So I kind of want to put you on the spot a little bit. You used to also be a swimmer, and I'd say you were pretty good at that too. What made you want to go with running?
I grew up swimming. I started swim team when I was in first grade, I think. And I used to live in Wisconsin, so swimming's really big. And then when I moved here my 6th grade year, it was I just couldn't find a club, and I didn't really know the area very well, so I just didn't know what to do. And then I joined swim again my freshman year of high school. And then I enjoyed it socially, but just swimming, it wasn't I just kind of fell out of love with it. Yeah. And I appreciated it more not the competition wise.
Yeah.
It just coaching also kind of made it difficult.
Yeah.
It just really, it really depends. Your coaching and the environment really depends on how you like your sport. And so that kind of changed my view on it. And then I ended up being okay at running, so I was like, well, maybe I should take this seriously. And I have 2 cousins who, well, one of them doesn't run anymore, but they ran in college. And then I have a couple other cousins who also run. I was like, well, we're all good at this, so I might as well just try it.
That worked out for you. So what was your process of, say she committed to Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
What's the full?
University of Hawaii.
University of Hawaii. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And what was that process like? Would you say, did they came to you, and how'd that work?
I don't know. Everyone has a different situation that happens with recruiting process. I just took schools that I'd really be interested in going to, and learning about their programs, and if I liked their programs and they had it seemed like they had a good structure. I just would email the coaches, and I kind of went ham on it a little bit.
So you reached out first?
Yeah, I reached out, and then I was oh, I'm not going to get a response. This is not gonna happen. And then the coach responded, and he's from New York, but he coached in Oregon for a while. I'm not sure how long, but he did. And then he's been at Hawaii for about 10 years.
Oh.
So that stability kind of made me more intrigued with the program. And then we just started talking, and then spring break came along, and I was like, well, can we go visit? And so I went on a visit, and all of the girls were so welcoming.
That's sweet.
With track, people get really cliquey, and so the distance people will have one group and sprinters will have one group. but like every single girl came up to me and like they wanted to introduce themselves
Aw.
and they were like just so nice, and like just also like the support there is like really good.
That's so sweet.
And they kind of, track isn't really a sport that everybody loves, and like
Yeah.
everyone thinks it's boring to watch, but I feel like the university treats everyone like equally
That's good.
with their sports, so it was just like, this is where I want to go. But I did reach out to them first, and then I was just really shocked to get a response back.
Were they the only school that you reached out to or got like a response back?
I reached out to some like California schools that are also, University of Hawaii is in the Big West Conference, so I also reached out to some other schools in the Big West, but I think like a couple schools responded, but some, like with recruiting processes, sometimes like they have a certain like mark at time that you have to get.
Oh yeah.
And so they like were like, if you reach this, like maybe we can talk more. And then I was like, I don't really like that. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem right
They
in
weren't
a
as
way.
open.
And I did talk to like Western University,
Yeah.
Western Oregon, and I just like didn't really want to be that close to home.
No,
And
so valid. And Hawaii's great. Like
Yeah.
Hawaii's perfect.
I keep telling everyone that I'm just trying to move like closer to the sun, because Wisconsin's not hot. In the
Yeah.
winter, it's so cold. And then when I moved here, it was like super hot. And then now I get to go to Hawaii, and it'll
No,
be
yeah,
even better.
perfect. So I think that's all I had today. Hawaii, wait, is D1, right? Okay, so that's really cool. I think that's all I had for today. So thank you so much for coming on today.
course,
She was a request. She was like our viewer's request. So congratulations on that too.
Thank you.
We still need to decide what to call this one. And thank you again, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.